Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to Wide Real News, your trusted source for authentic and reliable updates from around the world. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on breaking stories and in-depth analysis. Let's get into today's top story, which highlights a tragic incident that unfolded off the coast of Madagascar. Authorities in Madagascar have confirmed the deaths of at least 24 people after two boats, carrying mostly Somali nationals, capsized in the Indian Ocean. The tragedy occurred off Madagascar's northern coast, a region increasingly known for its perilous migrant routes. The vessels, carrying a total of 70 passengers, were discovered adrift on Saturday. Their engines had reportedly failed, leaving the passengers stranded at sea. Survivors were rescued by local fishermen and are now receiving medical care, according to Somali government officials. A statement from Somalia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs expressed condolences to the families of the victims and reassured the public that efforts are underway to ensure the safe return of the survivors. The ministry also thanked local fishermen for their courageous actions in saving lives. Local fisherman Rahim Entenena, who was part of the rescue operation, described the heart-wrenching scene. "We saw the boats drifting with people waving their arms desperately. It was clear they had been at sea for days. Many were dehydrated and weak. We worked together to pull as many people out of the water as we could," Rahim said, holding back tears. Survivors account. A survivor, Ahmed, recounted the harrowing journey that ended in tragedy. "We had hoped for a better life. Many of us left everything behind to escape poverty and find safety. Our boat's engine stopped working after 2 days at sea, and we were stranded. We ran out of food and water. Some people jumped into the sea out of despair. I can't believe I survived when so many others didn't." Ahmed's story reflects the broader plight of migrants from the Horn of Africa who risked their lives to escape dire socio-economic conditions. Eyewitness in Madagascar. A resident of the nearby village, Zora, described the aftermath. "When the survivors were brought to shore, they looked like they had been through hell. Some could barely stand. It's heartbreaking to think of the lives lost and the desperation that drives people to take such risks." Migrants' dangerous journey to Mayotte. Mayotte, a French island in the Indian Ocean, has become a common destination for migrants seeking asylum. Known for its proximity to Madagascar and the Comoros Islands, Mayotte represents a gateway to Europe for many fleeing unemployment, conflict, and instability in the Horn of Africa. However, the journey is fraught with danger. Boats used by smugglers are often poorly maintained, overcrowded, and ill-equipped for long sea voyages. Malagasy authorities have frequently issued warnings about the severe risks associated with illegal migration, but many migrants, driven by despair, continue to embark on these treacherous journeys. Statements from authorities and experts. Somali Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Somali government expressed deep concern over the incident. In a public statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said, "This tragedy underscores the need for international cooperation to address the root causes of migration and prevent further loss of life. We are committed to ensuring the survivors' safe return and providing support to affected families." Madagascar's government. Madagascan authorities emphasize the dangers of illegal migration, urging individuals to avoid such perilous routes. "The risks are immense, and tragedies like this are sadly common. We are working to strengthen border patrols and collaborate with neighboring countries to combat human trafficking and smuggling networks," said a government spokesperson. Security forces. Madagascan maritime security forces revealed that the engines of both vessels had failed, leaving them adrift for days. This incident highlights the need for regional security cooperation. "We suspect that smugglers abandoned the migrants after the engines failed, leaving them to fend for themselves," an officer disclosed. Protests and public reactions. In Somalia, the tragedy has sparked protests in several cities, with citizens demanding better economic opportunities and government accountability. Protesters carried banners reading, "End poverty, save lives," and "No one should have to die at sea." Aliyah, a university student participating in the protests, said, "Our people are dying because they see no future here. This isn't just about migration, it's about survival. We need real solutions to unemployment and poverty." Others voiced anger at the international community's perceived inaction. "We hear promises of aid and development, but where is the impact? If there were jobs and security, no one would risk their lives this way," said a local activist. The broader context, root causes of migration. Unemployment and poverty. The Horn of Africa faces some of the highest unemployment rates globally, compounded by political instability and climate change. Young people, in particular, feel trapped in a cycle of poverty with limited opportunities. Conflict and instability. Ongoing conflicts in Somalia and neighboring regions push many to flee, seeking safety in distant lands. For many, the journey to Mayotte or Europe represents hope, despite its inherent risks. Global responsibility. The tragedy highlights the need for a coordinated global response. Analysts argue that wealthier nations should invest in stabilizing the region through job creation, education, and infrastructure development. Calls to action. Humanitarian organizations have called for immediate action to address the crisis. UNHCR, the UN's refugee agency, issued a statement. This tragedy underscores the urgent need for safe migration pathways and better protections for refugees and asylum seekers. We call on the international community to increase support for host countries and tackle the root causes of displacement. Local NGOs in Madagascar and Somalia have also stepped up, providing survivors with medical aid and counseling. A shared responsibility. This tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of migration. It calls for a multifaceted approach that addresses both the immediate needs of survivors and the systemic issues driving migration. Governments must prioritize job creation and education. International organizations should focus on creating safe migration corridors. Communities must push for accountability and compassion. Conclusion: subscribe to Wide Real News. At Wide Real News, we believe in bringing you stories that matter. This tragedy is a wake-up call to governments, international organizations, and communities worldwide. Let us all work together to ensure that no one has to risk their life in search of hope. If you found this report insightful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share it with others. Stay informed, stay engaged, and join us next time for more in-depth reporting.